Hey neighbors, we're out in Windsong Ranch today. We are doing an update for our lovely clients, one of the cutest couples around, building this gorgeous Southgate home. The birds are chirping, we got bluebird skies, very different from the last couple of days where it's been really cold and rainy and yucky. So let's go take a tour of the house. So a lot of you guys always ask me questions about exterior cladding. Zip Systems has been around forever. It's a good quality product. I actually like this stuff a lot. I'm not a big fan of the polymer, but everybody that's doing homes nowadays seems to really like the kind of plasticine. I know I mangled that word, but you'll see it, the dryline product. I kind of like Zip Systems better. I like the product. What I'm really into now is the Owens Corning pink stuff. It's got an R value of about 3, but that's neither here nor there. That is a tall ceiling. All right, this is the funny part. You guys love these beautiful high ceilings and stuff. Imagine changing that light bulb. That's just a little sad part. Look at that. That is drama. Can y'all see how high that is? Let me see if I can get this for you. Okay, here we go. We're at the ground. Isn't that beautiful? When it's finished, it's going to be gorgeous. Right now, a lot of you guys are like, I don't get it. It just looks like a bunch of sticks. That's okay. It's going to turn into something gorgeous. Now, remember, this is what I was talking about using on the exterior, the thermoply product. It's a decent product. A lot of people poo-poo it. Not my first choice for exterior cladding. Zip Systems is good. The Owens Corning product Highland uses is good. So I like seeing this. Southgate's picked a good product. Again, the thing you want to look at when you guys are building a home is the grade of the lumber. That's really dark, sorry. The grade of the lumber that the builder buys. Lumber, I had a user on YouTube, hang on a second. All right, there's my face. If I'm gonna babble at you, I want you to look at me. Normally I don't wear a suit, you know that. I'm usually in Starks Wranglers and work boots. But we had a closing today with a sweet family. We had so much fun. The title agent actually said, you need to hush and quit visiting so we can get them closed. Sorry. Now then, what I wanted to tell you is there are different grades of lumber, okay? When you go buy lumber, it's just like buying a car, right? You can get the base package, you can get the mid-level package, you can get the upper-level package. And it all has to do with the quality and the straightness and the density of the grain and all that kind of stuff. So lumber providers grade it based on all that stuff, and the tippy top costs more money and the entry level costs less money. Now, does it directly affect the quality of the home? I'll let people a lot more knowledgeable about lumber and framing have a comment on that. What I will tell you is it looks better, but structurally, I think the difference between the entry level and the top, yes. But the variation of grades that our builders around here use, not so much. It's just my opinion, and your opinion's probably worth a lot more than my opinion on that, because I've seen some really ugly timber build an incredibly great house that stood the test of time for 20, 25 years, having seen it built and then seeing it sold. And in that 20, 25 years, it looks great. You can go rip the guts out of a house and you can see a 50-year-old home built with lumber back then that wasn't very true, straight, but it's still structurally, it's wonderful. So I think it does play a part, but not as much as when you guys tour your home in this condition. You know, you might see stuff like this little knot right here, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's the end of the world. Whereas, look at the grain on this board. This is just a piece of junk they've got. That is a heavy board. Very true. Look how pretty the grain looks, right? That's a great piece of wood right there. But is it better than that? Yeah. But is it worth the money? I don't know. And it is directly going to be passed along to your costs. So in everything from exterior cladding and lumber, always remember that you are as the consumer, you're going to be paying the cost to have that better product. All right, guys, this is the family room. And again, the drama in this house is just continuing. You've got really massively tall ceilings. See, there's a wall, the movable glass, all the way up to that cathedral look. And then look how beautiful the step down is into the kitchen. That's gonna be really cool. I'm gonna see if I can get back here, show it to you. Anyway, see, look at that. There's your kitchen nook, and then it steps down, and then you've got this massive cathedral ceiling with this big wall of windows and your fireplace right there. All right, remember, whenever you guys are walking through homes, bam, that's where your island goes, right there. The blue pipe, cold water PEX, red pipe, hot water PEX. This is the drainage lines for sink, various sundry items. You've got electrical lines coming in. Over here, you can tell you've got your range. So the builders, the construction managers, the CMs, they use concrete like you would use a whiteboard. They write stuff on here for the subs. So when you see them writing everywhere, just understand that's normal. That's how they communicate. And this is black iron or pig iron, and that's a gas line. So that's why you see, and it says kit gas on there, if I had read. All right, and again, remember the plastic water lines, actually a massive improvement over the copper lines. Structurally, they're a lot stronger. We don't have to worry about bad welds. And yes, copper soldering. So the guys out there that are plumbers are like, we don't weld copper. I'm like, you're right, All right, guys, when I walk through these homes, I'm just looking at some basics. I've walked the home with the owner before. We've looked at the framing, we've looked at windows and some various other sundry items. So I can't stress enough how important it is to not rely on just the builder and to not rely on just your real estate agent. Number one, most real estate agents don't do this kind of stuff and they don't ever visit the house. But if you don't see a video, it doesn't mean that we're not visiting the house. It may be a rainy day or a yucky day or we don't have time to video it. We're out here walking the house and just checking on the progress. So what I can tell you about this home is we're about ready to throw up the drywall. We've got it, let me spin you around. See, the drywall is what we've got, the drywall drop or the drywall is staged. The framing is done, the roof is on, the windows are in, the exterior cladding's up, the doors are in. We're sealed from the elements. That's what we call that. And you've got to remember, drywall is really called gypsum board. It's really chalk in between. They liquefy chalk or gypsum, they sluice it or form it into a sheet and slap some paper on either side of it. That's all it is. If water hits that stuff, it dissolves. I mean, it's not very good. That drywall and water don't mix. So that's why we've got to be sealed from the elements before we put up the drywall. Now, this home is ready. We've got the wires in the walls. See, that's the mechanical rough out. That's what we call it. All your switch boxes are in. All that's done. And normally when the drywall is dropped, all this is done, we'll be scheduling a pre-drywall walk. That's what everyone does. That means the builder will walk with you through the home. They'll look at everything, make sure you agree all the outlets and lights and everything are in the right spots, and then the drywall is put up. Hope that makes sense. You've probably heard it a million times if you watch my channel. This house is nicely prepped. Everything is tidy and tucked away. The concerns we have would be, see this? These ducts, cold air and hot air flows through this. This is what your air conditioning system and your heating system blows air through. These are insulated. So you can see on here, it's an R6. But what you don't want to do, this is properly put in, right? It's got the restraint on it so it can't flop around or get hurt, but it's not squeezing it down, right? It's not restricting the airflow. Sometimes when these Bodeckers install this stuff, they tighten it like, and you can't breathe, right? You want to make sure that stuff's not constricted because it will affect how a room feels, either hot or cold when the rest of the house is good. For the most part, everything in here looks pretty good. This is a beautiful house. This is going to be a stunning home. It's going to be interesting to see how everything looks when it's done. And see right here, anytime you're on the inside of a house and you see this, you may ask yourself, why did they put that up? Well, normally this is put up when you're in an unconditioned space. And then see, when I go through this doorway, now I'm in a bedroom. This is a conditioned space. So you're going to see insulation go between what we call batted insulation. It's actually made to fit between studs. Studs are built 16 inches on center. Batted installation's this precise width. They can just roll it in there and staple it in place. So this is a bedroom. The insulation will go on this wall because this wall right here is considered an exterior wall because in here is the attic and it's unconditioned space. So that's going to be really cold air in the winter or really hot air in the summer. And in here is where the babies are going to live, and the babies don't want to be hot and cold. So that's why there's insulation, and that's why there's the exterior cladding on the inside of the house. More than you ever wanted to know. All right, well, just a quick little update on this gorgeous house. Windsong Ranch is a beautiful neighborhood. The funniest thing in the world is people reach out to me and say, hey, we're building a Windsong Ranch and we've got some questions for you. I'm happy for you. I hope God gives you a great house. Call us to help you build your house. Don't call me afterwards and ask me questions. Your agent ought to be able to help you with that. Anyway, they're lovely people. Love them to death. I love answering questions. I really do. If you text me, I'll answer your question. It's just, we would also like to work with you. All right. This is an adorable family. They are fun. Their kids are little bitty and just a sweet couple. Really sweet couple. And the husband, the homeowner, is probably one of the sharpest guys. He challenges me. He thinks deeper than I do. And we've had some really fun conversations about how houses are built and stuff like that. So this industry is crazy right now. If you're trying to get a new home, good luck. You're gonna have to have a real estate agent to help you. I'm not gonna go into a lot of depth on why. Just understand it's all relationship based to get a deal right now. It just is. All right, hope God keeps and blesses you. I hope God causes his face to shine upon you. And if there's anything we can help with, even if you didn't use us to help you build your home, if you're worried or scared and you need somebody to answer a question, text me. I answer my texts. I'm happy to help you guys. All right, take care. We'll talk to you next time.